Beeson,
Come on, Beeson.
Iggy, you're not on the ball, Iggy. Come on now.
I went to make a cup of tea. I came back. There was a large Beeson in front of me. It was scary.
Okay, right. Again, there's too many images going through my head, and none of them are nice. That's all I'd say. Okay, so this is 8.3. This is working with streams. Now I've uploaded 8.2 introducing streams. Okay, so I'm going to go next and finish. Now, so 8.3 working with streams has got just 2 files in it again. Now, we're going to be creating a fair few files on this thing. So, Hamda Android, and it just has examples and me.
Time only have a temperature. I found it on.
Hamda Android and new class.
And then you
Me.
Are you just back, Noel?
How are you, Kieran?
Because we the power cut.
Hey, Jade.
Yeah, well, the electricity had been knocked off there for a second.
Identify yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, Kieran. Yeah. Power cut. Yeah. Power cut. Yeah. Anyway.
Did you know? Did the that session go dead in the meantime? It did.
Oh, well, I was going to say technical issues, but mainly I was ashing around a bit here and I knocked it off. My fault.
Are you just back now? Is it?
I am, Kieran.
Yeah.
Just this minute.
Yeah, just this minute, Kieran. Yeah.
All right.
So we have a new project working with streams here, 8.3 examples and main.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've uploaded 8.2, so we'll have it there.
Okay.
Here, just to welcome you back, I'll play this for welcome back.
Okay.
Now, turn that down again.
Did they? No, just one question though. Do you know the bit that you were doing that the last time? You were reading and writing. Did that work out okay? Yeah.
Oh, it did, yeah.
All right. I'll have a look at it again. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then. So I'll upload that a video at the internet. It's like a high-speed broadband here, so we'll take it.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So we are going to do the different types of readers and writers and do them in a little bit more detail. Okay. So we're going to start off with examples. Okay. So this first one. So we're in the examples file. I'm going to go blue count.
Tonight on Quest, avoiding death drops to hit pay dirt. We are underground with the Outback Opal Hunters at 9. A rowdy deck camp gets under a captain's skin in Deadliest Catch at 10. Then it's a double bill of pounded the dirt from 11.
Is that Kieran's?
Yeah, I can hear your television, folks.
Yeah.
Hold on. Will I lock this off? Hold on. Fucking head. One take.
It was a big voiceover. Do I have to start talking like that with Java? File input stream.
One take.
That's tight here.
Hold on.
It's all right.
Which one is it? 1 second. Sorry, no, I don't know which one.
I just did the because those are two remote control there. That's it.
All right, take your legs. Welcome back.
Sorry, I just.
Right.
We're back in business. We're back in business.
That's good stuff. Anyway, so first one we're going to do is file, input, stream, and file, output, stream. So put up here. So this is the most basic file stream for reading and and writing bytes to a file. Okay, so file input stream and file output stream operate on bytes. They don't operate on characters. Okay, the buffered file input stream and the buffered file output stream operate on collections of bytes. So they don't operate on characters, they operate on bytes. Okay, so they contain constructors that take a file object or a string representing a path. So data is accessed usually by successive calls to the read method until value of -1 is returned, which indicates the end of the file stream. So the read method returns an end. Now, let's see, overloaded read methods. Now, is a pointer. Now, you can be very thankful that you're not doing pointers.
No, quick question, sorry, no, because I got, what's the difference between a file input stream and a file reader?
Right, so a file reader operates on characters.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
A file input stream operates on bytes.
Bytes, okay, right, okay.
Okay. Now, file output stream and file input stream, they're the they'd be the superclass of buffered input stream and buffered output stream. Okay, so make sure to double check it here. So buffered input stream and buffered output stream. Okay, they'd be a subclass of those. Now, file input stream and file output stream, they read in bytes. Okay, they read in bytes, whereas file reader and file writer, they read in characters.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So anything that's built on top of these is going to be reading collections of bytes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, which could be a string. for
Yeah.
instance. Okay. So overloaded read method takes a pointer. Now, a pointer is a pointer is a variable that points to a particular part of your memory. Okay. So overloaded read takes a pointer to a byte. That means a location in memory. Okay. So all of your bytes on your machine are stored in one particular place. Okay. So there is an overloaded read method that points to a particular byte. All right. So points to a particular byte array. Now, what's a byte array? A byte array is a collection of bytes. Right. So a byte array, which is an array where the data is written to. Okay. Now, read returns an integer value indicating how many bytes can be read into the byte array. Now, this sounds all very highfalutin. Hopefully, it become more apparent when we actually do examples. Okay, so I'll come back to this explanation again after I do a couple of examples.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
File output stream is accessed by writing successive bytes using write int and has an overloaded write byte array method. Now, so funny thing is, these ones are probably more difficult to use than the buffered ones. The buffered ones look more complicated, but are not. These guys are more complicated. All right. Now, so I am going to create a couple of files. Now, here's the thing, right? When we're writing and reading, you're still going to get the same result. You're still going to read from a file. You're still going to write from a file, write to a file. Your files are going to end up looking the exact same way. It's just a different method of doing it. One of the methods is going to read individual bytes. Or one of the types is going to read individual bytes. One of the types is going to write individual bytes. The higher level classes of file input stream and file output stream are going to read groups of bytes at a time. Okay? They're going to read.
Are they going to read lines? Are they going to read lines or groups?
No, they don't read lines. What they do is, so these guys, so the file input stream and the file output stream read individual bytes. Now,
Yeah.
the buffered input stream and the buffered output stream, these read groups of bytes. They write groups of bytes.
In logical sentences, no?
Not necessarily.
Like whatever you put in.
It's whatever's in the file.
Okay.
Okay. Those groups of bytes may be strings, but they may not be.
Okay. They could be strings, characters,
It could
or
be any sort of shit. They could be literally anything. What they're writing is, they're writing basically noughts and ones. They're not writing.
and binary. Okay.
Well, noughts and ones is binary. So it's just writing in noughts and ones. That's what these guys are doing.
So you have to put a return type?
No. Okay, so these are inputting noughts and ones. So streams input noughts and ones. Whereas readers and writers deal with characters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the difference. So readers and writers deal with characters. Input streams and output streams deal with bytes, deal with the noughts and the ones. So these are all lower level. If you have a buffered version of these, you're dealing with groups of bytes.
So a buffered input stream would be a byte. Yeah.
It would be a group of bytes.
Group of bytes, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right? Right. Now, you're still going to get the same result. It's still going to read and write to a file, but different methods for inputting and output to files have got pluses and minuses. Okay? File input stream or file output stream, if you're writing an exit, okay, an exit that's going to, for a game, for an application, all right? And it's going to be all, it's going to be all in machine code anyway. You'd probably use file input stream, file output stream. If you're writing MySQL to a file, then you'd probably use a reader or a writer, okay, because that's going to be dealing with characters. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Now, hopefully it's become more apparent when I do a couple of examples. So the first one we're going to do, and we've only got, there's really only, so when we're talking about, so first one is going to be file input stream, file output stream. So one is going to be inputting, the other one is going to be outputting. Then we're going to have a buffered input stream and a buffered output stream. All right. So for every input version, we have an output version. Does everyone understand that? Yes? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, right. So the first one we're going to do is the one that deals with individual bytes. So we're going to go static void ex1. Okay, so this one is file output stream file input stream. Okay, so what are these guys? These are low level classes that input and output to files, that input and output individual bytes. Okay, so these are low-level classes that input and output individual bytes to file. Okay, so they're slower, but if you're dealing with something that's not a text file or doesn't have any sort of text in it, now most files you're going to be dealing with, you can output them as text file. Now, even if you open up an exe file is an executable file, you're going to see this thing with all these weird symbols. That could be written as a text file, or it could be written out as a text file. All right? So different versions of inputting and outputting all have their minuses and pluses. Okay? If you're building files from scratch, if you're building it byte by byte, then you could use this guy. All right? Right.
So Noel, essentially, you've got to make a decision if you're writing an application whether you want to read in bits or bytes.
Yeah, that's it. Simple as that.
You've got like 4 bits or something,
yeah.
or blah blah blah. I can't remember the stuff with your computer.
Well, but the thing is,
so most of the modern applications are streaming stuff.
yeah.
So you're going to want to give it a bit at a time, which is very intensive.
No, you can use buffered classes will work fine. Because what all it does is, it doesn't matter what happens, it's going to be written somewhere as some form of text. You can write noughts and ones as text. And you just load them up to the file, and it could be a DEC file, or it could.
I think it's a whole new area of stuff, especially with big data, where you have masses of stuff coming down the line.
Yeah, but these output streams, the file input streams, these have been around since day one of Java. These have been around since the year dot. Probably the first iteration of Java.
I worked on, when I was I'm so old, I worked on Java 1.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I encountered Java was in 2000 and
the C++ programmer. So I've been dealing with this kind of shit for years.
Oh yeah, so I encountered the first in 2004, 2005, no, 2002. So
I go back to 1997.
yeah. So maybe, but anyway, file output stream, file input stream. So these deal with the level of bytes. These are low level. Okay. Now, so we are going to create files. So we're going to create our 2 files. So the 2 files, we're going to go file, my file 2, my file, all right. And I need to import that. Okay, so this is going to be new file, and we're going to create a file called source. And file, my file 2 is equal to new file destination. Now, So we don't have any files there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a try block. I'm going to go catch. So we are going to create the files in here. So if my file.exists, if that's not true, so if my file.exist does not exist, we go my file.create new file. And if I go here, if my file 2, if that does not exist, so if my file 2 does not exist, I go my file 2.create new file. All right. So if it doesn't exist, create these two files. So I'm going to run this code. So the examples are ex1. Now, so I just refresh this guy, right click, click on refresh, destination and source. Okay, so I open up those two files. There's the destination, there's the source. Everyone with me so far, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, just to keep things so we can clearly differentiate what's happening. So this will create the file. If the file is already created, this won't run. All right. So if my file does not exist, we're going to create. So run it again a second time. This code will not run. All right. You can't see that it's not run, so I'll just put it in here. Else. I'll say here source.txt already exists. And this one here, else destination txt already exists. Okay, source.txt already exists, destination.txt already exists. Okay, so they're there, just have the two of them open so you'll see stuff is being written to it. Okay, now, so I am going to do another try catch block. Now I could put everything inside here, but I'm going to just keep a separate try catch box so we can see what's happening. So this is the file we're reading from. Okay, and this is the file we'll be writing to. Okay, now, so run it again, same thing again. All right, now, so we are outside the catch block, and I'm going to do another try catch. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to do an ordinary try catch. For the one after it, we're going to use a try with resources. All right. So for this one, we're going to use an ordinary try catch. After this one, we're going to use a try with resources, which we probably won't get to today, but anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go try. I am going to create. So we are going to create a file input stream. Okay, now I can do maybe just file input stream FIS is equal to new file. Import file input stream. Now, So I'm going to go catch. Now, if anyone has a question, by the way, ask me a question. Don't write the questions. You know, don't bother using the chat facility in Zoom. Just shout out, and I should hear it. Okay. Now, we can do this. We can go file input stream is equal new file input stream. But you can also do this. Now, input stream is the superclass. All right. Superclass is now there's a couple of different input streams. So it's the one that's input stream java.io. Now you're going to be increasingly finding that when you go into dealing with files, there's going to be a lot of classes. There is a couple of different classes when you're using these. There's different versions. There's the IO version, there's going to be a stream version, there's going to be many different versions. So when you're dealing with files, make sure you always pick the one that says IO. So I'll just go to the top here. So you can see java.io file, java.io file input stream, java.io input stream. Because I saw there when I input stream, it was coming up with something called cobra.input stream. I don't even know what that is. Now there is another file type, okay? There is another class called file. Okay, so what's wrong? You said you want to check with Noel? Is everything okay?
Oh, sorry, Noel, I didn't want to interrupt you there. Andrew was just saying, St. Patrick's Day, are we online tomorrow?
Oh, no.
No, okay, that's all right.
Just lament about St. Patrick's Day and what it could have been.
Yeah, okay, that's grand, or just
It's as simple as that. Now, so this guy here, so just to clarify it, you can have a file input stream reference to a file input stream object, or you can have the abstract superclass reference input stream to a file input stream object. This is the recommended syntax. Now, I don't know why it's recommended this way, but this is the way it's recommended. Okay? This is what's recommended. It's recommended that you have the abstract superclass. Now, you can have an input stream object, but the input stream is an abstract class. All right? I don't know why they recommend you do this, but they do recommend you do it. All right? I remember reading it in the book.
No, you think in that situation that file input stream would be better because you'd have access to all the methods and file input stream.
I don't know, there's some reason, Kieran, I can't remember. Likewise, remember when you're creating an array list, they always recommend that you have a list reference to an array list object.
Yeah.
And I remember the reason, and I even gave out the reason, but I can't remember why. There is a reason.
Yeah.
If anyone can remember it, enlighten
Would
me.
it not, as it goes in through the stream, maybe it could be split up into parallel streams, so it has to be
No.
immutable? No?
No. This is nothing to do with input stream. This is nothing to
Okay.
do with parallel streams. This is file streams, which are totally different from the other types of streams. You can have a stream of file streams, yeah, but these are nothing to do with parallel streams. Nothing to do with threads. Nothing. So totally different. So we'll find out, I'm sure, when we come to the questions. Oh joy. Right?
What's the superclass of input stream?
Object.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think it's object now. I'm not too sure, Lisa.
Okay.
Iterator, no. Java-lang object?
Sorry?
Java-lang object?
Well, that's object.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what the superclass of input stream is. I'd say I don't know. Okay. So
Stream.io.
I don't know. I don't think so. I look it up. Okay, we'll continue on with this. It doesn't really matter for now. So that's the input stream. So that's going to be. So what's this going to be? This we will use this object. Object to read from our file. Okay. I'm going to create another object. So I'm going to go. Now, again, we could go file output stream, but it's recommended that you go output stream, and I'm going to say out is equal to new output stream, and this is going to be my file 2.
Are you going to put new file output stream?
Oh yeah, you're right. Thanks, Edison. Okay, so I'll import that guy. So you can see them all there. See, I don't even know what those guys are. Cobra. So I'll go there again. File output stream. So right. So this is what we're going to be reading from. This is where we're going to be writing to. Is the object we use to read to the file destination.txt. Okay. Now, what is our, it's called source. Right. Right. Now, what we're going to now, I'm not going to have time. I have to be going myself at 20 past. Just to explain what we're going to be doing tomorrow.
Mom, guess what? The TV even has your.
Why? Yay! The TV is on. It's all right. What we're going to be doing tomorrow?
Oh, is that talking?
He is. He's talking. Hello. This is Noel. Hi. What we're going to be doing tomorrow is right. So I will text you at 10 o'clock to say that that I sent a meeting to the Zoom room. Is that okay?
Not tomorrow, no, you're saying.
Tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Jesus
Not tomorrow,
Christ.
no.
Yeah, Wednesday. All right, so Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
That's fierce dedication.
That's it, yeah. While you're all, I was going to say, while you're all inside celebrating with yourselves. So listen to me. So Wednesday morning, 10 o'clock, I will text each one of you to say the Zoom meeting has gone out. All right? Or it's delayed or whatever. So don't try to log on until I actually send you the, I'll send a message to WhatsApp.
Okay.
That the meeting is on. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that'll do it.
It just says Zoom meeting is invites in.
That's fine, but myself and Kieran will be on our honeymoon.
Well, you can't go on a cruise, so I don't know where you can go. Okay. Cruises are finished with now.
To the Fijis.
But listen to me, Anna. Mind yourselves. Okay.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Noel.
Just briefly, it's not. It mightn't harm any of us in the class, but we all have relations and that are older, so just be careful.
Yeah.
It's a new reality we're all in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But,
You'll be putting
and
this up.
those
You'll be
that,
putting up this video, Noel. Yeah.
Oh, I am, yeah.
And the code, please.
Yeah.
And the code as
Okay.
well, Igor.
Hi.
So,
Iggy, put your hat back on again. Scary.
Have it on.
all right, so listen to me. Happy St. Paddy's Day tomorrow, and I'll see you all Wednesday morning, okay?
Yeah.
Good luck,
Okay.
guys. Stop
Yeah.
meeting.
Bye.
Okay, bye.